So, and now that we've gone over supply, and remember supply is an upward sloping curve, supply to the sky, and demand is a downward sloping curve, demand to the dirt, right? It starts with a D, to the dirt, supply starts with an S, to the sky, to help you guys remember what those curves should look like, all right? So, putting them together. All right, what I'd like you to do is draw this graph into your notes rather large because we're going to be going over a few things based off of this graph.
Okay.
So just looking at this graph, what's interesting about it? What's the first thing that pops up?
That they're crossing each other?
Yes, that they intersect each other, right? And they intersect each other at $3 and a quantity of 30, right? And what that intersection point is called is our equilibrium point. It's where there's a balance between supply and demand. And we can see in the supply schedule and the demand schedule the balance, right? At $3, suppliers are willing and able to supply or produce 30, while on the demand schedule at $3, consumers are willing and able to purchase 30 units. So they intersect at that point. It's again, it's an equilibrium, a balance between supply and demand. Now, you'll notice the equilibrium price is $3 and the equilibrium quantity is 30. And a good idea is to write down where quantity demanded equals quantity supplied. It's a real simple, easy way to remember equilibrium, where those two, where quantity supplied and quantity demanded are equal each other. So, you guys got this down? Yep. All right. So what if we were to change the price? What if the price increases to $4, right? What would happen here? Well, let's think of a 7-Eleven, right? We walk into a 7-Eleven and we want to buy a Gatorade. Well, Gatorades are $4. Well, in this made-up world, they're $4, right? So they're $4. At $4, what happens at $4? At $4, we as consumers, in the demand schedule, it says that we're willing and able to purchase 20. But suppliers, at selling their product at $4, how much are they willing and able to produce? 40 units. Is that a problem?
Yeah.
Yes, of course it's a problem, right? Because now we have a disequilibrium, right? We have supply producing more, the supply side producing more than what the demand side wants, right? So what is that called? What's happening here? What's happening is that we're going to leave 20 units on the shelves, right? We're not going to purchase those. And that's what's called a surplus. So how much is the surplus at $4? Well, we just said 20 units, right? And so how do we get that? How do we obtain how much the surplus is? We obtain the surplus by subtracting the supply side, the supply point at 40. So that's $4, that's 40 units. We subtract that from the demand point at $4, which is 20 units. Does everybody see that? It's pretty simple. So, and also, we're always going to know that demand will always be less than quantity supply. Right? Pretty easy. Now, what about at $5? What would the surplus be at $5?
30?
30? Yes, because we've got 50, we're willing and able to produce 50 units at $5, right? The supply, they're willing and able to produce 50 units. At $1, we're willing and able to purchase 10. So what is the difference between, or the area between these two values?
40.
Or this point and this point is 40, right? So we're gonna just take 50, and we're just gonna subtract that from 10, and that gives us what? 40, right? So our surplus would be 40, right? And so we can use the graph, or we can use the charts, right? So right here we see that demand's 10, supply is 50. We just subtract 10 from 50, that gives us, or 50 from 10, and that gives us what? 40, right? All right, what if the price were to decrease down to $2? Now what's happening in the market?
There's a shortage.
There's a shortage, right? And there's a shortage because we have producers are only willing and able to produce 20, right? While consumers are willing and able to purchase 50. So you have at $2, you have 30 people that are waiting to buy that Gatorade at $2, right? So they're selling out of the Gatorades every day or every time they stock up, and you have 30 people that are just waiting in line looking for Gatorade, right? A shortage is going to be quantity demanded is less than, or I'm sorry, is greater than quantity supplied. I'd have all three equations written down. Since it'll help you for the test. So the shortage at $2 is what again, guys?
30%?
30 units, good. And then, so how much would the shortage be at $1? At $1, they're willing and able to produce 10 units, but consumers are willing and able to produce, or to purchase 80 units.
So 70.
So 70, right? 70 people are gonna want whatever it is they're selling, right? Okay, so the free market's gonna automatically push the price towards equilibrium. So how does it push the price towards equilibrium if we're in a surplus? What are they gonna do? What are the stores gonna
They're
do?
gonna start like making less of it?
They're gonna start holding that back production, right? Or they could put it on sale, right? And so from here, we have $4, they could put it on sale to $3 and move back down to equilibrium. So it'll fluctuate between shortages and, the market will fluctuate between shortages and surpluses, but hopefully balance out and stay at equilibrium. When there's a surplus, producers lower prices. When there's a shortage, producers will raise prices. All right, so review. review time. So I'm gonna give you guys about 5 minutes, and then we're going to go over the review and then pick up from there. Gunner,